So hey everybody and welcome back. I am doing a project and I'm going to create some 4th of July cards using the Rinea foiled papers, and a little birdie told me that a Patriotic pack's coming out soon, which is basically these colors. We have the sapphire, the ruby, the silver, and also sapphire and ruby, but there's 2 different textures. So for instance, these are both the sapphire, but it's the glossy and the starstruck. So I pulled from my pack what would basically be in the Patriotic pack, but it's going to be coming out probably in the next week or 2. So just keep your eyes open for that. It's a pretty fun, cool pack, and I think there's a sale coming with it too. So woohoo! All right, so I have pulled one of each of the colors of sheets that are from the Patriotic pack, and keep in mind also that there are gold on the back side, so we might play a little bit with that. And I just pulled out some pre-made cards. These are from Canvas Core, and I love them because they're already just folded, which is fantastic. So it makes card making so much faster. Initially, I had thought to do stars, and I love the stars because this has already got stars on it. It's pretty darn cool. But I don't have a star punch or a star die, but I have this really cool flower die that's got a pointy. I thought, well, that could be fun. We could play with this. So I'm going to go ahead and punch a couple of flowers each. So I'm going to start with 2 flowers in each. Just get caught on the little edges here. Happens with every paper. There we go. So I'm going to start with doing 2 of each of these ones, and then just kind of playing to see how I want to arrange them. All right, I think I'm going to make these into vertical cards, and my idea is to take 3 flowers, like do a red, white, and blue, or maybe even do red, blue, and then red. And I may end up making more than 3 cards. I've got a whole bunch of these cardstocks. So I'm just kind of playing. I like that. That looks good. And maybe a strip of silver. I'm going to measure my card. And these are such fast and easy cards. They look kind of fun. So the height of this card is 5.5 inches. And the length of this paper is 6 inches. So it makes it really easy to cut. And I think I'm just going to do a 1.5 inch strip. About right. I can always trim this a little smaller. And I'm going to go ahead and get these little flowers out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and trim this down to be 5.5 as well. Actually, I'm going to go a little, no, I'm going to go 5.5. I want the full length of the card here. So that way I have a strip that is the full length. Now, if this is too fat, I'm kind of using my first card as my tester. I don't know if I like, yeah, this is a little bit too thick of a strip for this particular flower. So I'm going to cut it down to be a 1-inch strip to make life easy. So the design on all of these cards is going to be the same. All I'm going to do is change out what colors and what strips I want to do. So here I have my strip, and then I'm going to place my flowers on here to make them look like they're kind of like stars or starbursts or something. And just play with the order. I can always punch more and just keep it simple like that. So to make my life easy, what I have here is I have my little creative station. And I can place this in, and once I do one batch, I'm going to go ahead and run all the flowers through once I know which order and which kind of orientation I want to, like which colors I want to put on what card once I get that figured out. I'm going to use my Xyron Mega Runner for this. Run the adhesive all the way down. Line this up on my card. Oops, I think that's straight. I thought I didn't do that straight. Very carefully, now that these are all stickers, peel them off. I don't want to rip it. It is paper. Any paper, I would be very careful because there's lots of little pieces on here. And just pull it off and then stick it down. I think I'm going to offset it. I'm going to have it running off of this side. Hopefully I put that up high enough so I can fit all 3 flowers on here. And there we go. So the one's a little bit off. I'll have to do a better job on the next ones. Now I want to add some fun bling in there. Why not? So what I have here is I have some little bling pieces, some sticky back bling from Eyelid Outlet. And I found some in a little flower shape, but I thought it would kind of go along with the flower starburst. Sometimes they lose their sticky, so I just gotta be careful they get hot and they lose their sticky back. All right, so some of my little sticky back gems got a little, they've lost their sticky, so I'm just going to throw them in my little small Xyron just to kind of re-stickify them. And it's hard for me to get my fingers in there and line them up just correctly. So I am going to use my little poker doodad here to get them kind of stuck on the sheet here and then pull them through. Oops, and that one went upside down. No. All right, I only needed 2 anyway. And then rub, and I'm just not gonna worry about that one. I couldn't get that one in nice and firm. So I'm re-adding some more sticky adhesive to the back of these because it pulled off on the sheet. So now they're sticky again. I can place them in the center. Easy peasy. It's a little easier than trying to do some wet glue. I have wet adhesive and I might try it, but that was just really super fast to get them, especially if some of them stick, some of them don't, whatever. And now it creates kind of a fun, this could be kind of like a luau card. This could be a 4th of July card because the flowers are on there. I'm going to create a few other versions of these and then we'll take a look at them at the end. Okay, I have this stamp set and I was just kind of looking and thinking, okay, I love the plainness, but I also want to do something to it because this is going to be a card I'm going to give to somebody. And I love this You Light Up My Day because it's just as nice and bright and shiny and it kind of goes cute with this. So on each of these, and I'm just going to make sure it fits, I'm going to take my stamp block and I'm just going to do this in black. To try and find an exact matching color with these tones is really, really hard. I just have a little sheet of scratch paper and I'm just going to practice to make sure I always do this, that I'm doing my word the right way. And I want to make sure that it's also lined up just right. It's not wiggly because that was a little wiggly and that works for me. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is going to fit just right along the bottom there. So I'm going to ink this up. Make sure my card is nice and flat. Just come in here and boom, just like that. Just a little bit of something. Just a cute little sentiment along the bottom. The other fun thing that I kind of liked on this is there's these straight lines which I thought were really cool. Just to add kind of another dimension of layer. And I like the one, it's kind of open. This one right here. It's just a strip, but I love it. And again, I want to make sure I line it up just right. So I love the grids on this particular stamp block because it definitely allows for you to get a straight line. There we go. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little extra line right there, just a little something. Just kind of a cute little faded line. I kind of waited a little too long. I need to put a little bit more ink on the block. Kind of faded and I'm not worried about that. If I try to go back and restamp that, I would end up messing it up. So it's just adding a little something more. These are not thick cards, these are not hard cards. You could have left it the way that I had it originally before I added the stamps on there. I just wanted to add something fun to this and kind of brighten it up. I also, and this is just me, I like inking the edge of my cards just to add a contrast. So I'm just going to add a light ink all the way around just to kind of create a little more of a border, a little more of an interest going on here. When you do this, be very careful that if you do get ink on your finger, you don't smudge it on your card because that can make it a big giant mess. So just be careful with that. I'm trying to be clean and not make it too grungy. And there we go. Super simple. So here are my 3 luau cards, 4th of July cards. It definitely has the whole red, white, and blue patriotic color scheme going on. A little bit of fun with some foil. Not a hard card to make. A little bit of some punches, some bling, a little bit of stamping, some inking, and then the Xyron made it super fast to stick everything down and make it go super fun. So thanks for stopping by and checking out my cute cards. If you didn't add all the stamps and stuff, you could easily flip this and it could become a different kind of a faced card. Use this as a place setting if you were going to have a party and you could have these sitting out for people. I'm going to use them just as a kind of like a thank you card, or like I said, you light up my day, kind of goes for birthdays, whatever you want it to use it for. Thanks for having us over, that kind of stuff. So please subscribe. I'll see you guys in a minute. All supplies are listed down below, all the Xyron, Rinea, and Brutus Monroe inks and stuff. So thanks so much. See you again soon. Bye-bye.